Welcome back. It's time to start row 3. Row 3 says to, with C, which is carrot or orange, whatever color you choose for the flower, we're going to chain 3 and skip the first double crochet. Well, at the end of row 2 it says to turn, but I like to do my chain first and then turn. So I'm going to chain 3 and then turn. And we're back to the right side. So I'm going to take my tail and move it to the back side of the work, just like that, and have it out of the way. And then after each section of flowers, I'm going to take my yarn needle and draw in those tails. So we'll get to that when the time comes. All right, well, this is the cluster row, and remember we said the special stitch is a cluster. It says in the pattern, yarn over and draw up a loop, yarn over and draw through 2 loops on the hook, and that's in parentheses 3 times. So basically it's like making a double crochet, but you're only doing a half one at a time, and you do 3 of them. So yarn over, insert the hook in that chain 1 space, which is the middle of this V, draw up a loop, yarn over and draw through 2. Do it again, yarn over, so you have 2 loops on the hook. Insert the hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. 3 loops on the hook. Third time, yarn over, draw a loop, yarn over through 2. That's 3 times. And then you yarn over and draw through all 4 loops on the hook. So yarn over and go through all 4. And that's the top of your flower. And then, so that's your cluster stitch. So that was cluster in the chain 1 space, and then we're going to chain 2. And then you're going to cluster, repeat from the star to the last chain 1 space. So we're basically going to cluster chain 2 all the way across. So I'm going to do a cluster, these can go really fast once you get the hang of them. That's 3, and then yarn over through 4, chain 2. Do this all the way across, and I'll see you at the other end. Welcome back to the end of row 3. Okay, and then we've repeated from the star across to the last chain 1 space, which is the space right here. And now it says to cluster in that last chain 1 space and then double crochet into the top of the chain 3, changing to A, then turn. So I'm going to make my cluster in this last chain 1 space, and then without doing any chains or anything, I'm just going to double crochet in the top of the chain 3. So you can see there's 1, 2, 3, and when I go into the top of the chain, instead of going under 1 loop, I go through 2, because I've seen these loops get stretched out after an afghan's used for a while. So if you go under 2, they don't stretch out. So I'm going to go under 2 loops of that top chain stitch, and I'll show you that again. You see, that's the bump on the back of the chain, and that's the top loop. So I'm going under that bump and the top loop, just like so, and draw up the loop, and then make your double crochet. And it says to change color, so I'm going to draw up my loop, cut my yarn, pull it through, and we're going to change to A in the next row. Before I do that, I am going to, with the exception of the one we just finished, going to take my yarn needle and hide the tails of my previous rows. If you hide your tails as you go, it won't be as tedious when you finish your afghan. And I have several videos on hiding your tails. You want to hide the white in the white and the green in the green so that it doesn't show through. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to take the time to hide those tails, and we'll start with the new video for the next row. See you there.